One summer day in August, I was 16 at the time, Sandy and I were in the house. It was an average Thursday. Mom was out golfing. Dad was at Bob's farmyard doing something manlike, cutting wood or something. The cleaning lady was at the house, and I was getting ready for a summer job interview that morning. The phone rang. I answer it. Suddenly there's a strange voice on the other line talking, asking, "Is your mother there?" And my first instinct to think was that it was Greg. It was on the other line, a friend of my dad's. He always liked to put on a fake voice and try to fool us kids. So I put on the most cordial voice and said, "No, she's not. Can I take a message?" And then the voice starts going on and on about how he's cut his finger and he has to go to the hospital. And then it finally occurs to me that it's my father, and he was in so much pain that he could barely speak. So he hangs up the phone, and Sandy and I try to call the golf course, hoping to catch Mom, but she'd already left. And while we were waiting for her to come home, Dad actually came to get us and bring us to the hospital with him. His hand was wrapped in a shirt, half soaked in blood. Sandy got in the wagon, and she told me to wait for Mom at home. So Dad whipped the car out of the driveway and drove down the road, and I stood in the doorway, watching him drive away. I was so distraught. I started to cry, but I had to keep myself together because I didn't want to make it sound serious when I told her and make her more nervous. I didn't want her to cry that he cut his finger, that he needed stitches, but he wasn't going to die. He was going to be fine. And so I waited at the front window, and when I saw her car drive down the road, I went to the garage, and when she pulled in, I hopped in the passenger seat before she turned off the engine. "Come on, let's go," I said with a smile on my face. I tried to preface the story with, "Let me just say that everything is fine." But you know when bad news is coming up. But I tried to make it sound funny, like Dad, the klutz, cut his hand. I hope I did a good job.